Bitcoin keeps on dumping and I'm still holding on into my best shorts from the all-time high and also from 107. And even yesterday we had the idea to maybe long. However, I kept on not longing because I saw a bad reaction, and I think that Bitcoin has a real chance not only to get a nice short idea that maybe you can take all together. I've got a new setup for a short, but also as you can see technically right now we have lost one of the most important, or to be honest, the one of the last support areas that are a bit important, to be honest, that would actually prevent a larger drop to 84 or even 82. I'm going to talk about a possible short idea, and also I'm going to possibly talk and explain to you guys how Bitcoin, if we do not reclaim 92.5 and even 97, we can actually see a larger drop on Bitcoin, and that would be also followed by ETH, because I think that if Bitcoin actually goes to 82, 84, I think that ETH has a good possibility of actually giving us the full expectations of actually dropping much lower to maybe 10 to 12%. As you can see, we've got the target of 2500 on ETH. But before that, let me explain what happened on Bitcoin and also what am I going to take next in terms of honestly setups, because I see a close short setup that can be actually taken right now. Because yesterday, guys, obviously I made a little video, and also on my live stream I said, guys, that by the way I'm planning to hold on into my short. I have not yet closed any, or to be honest, just I took 50% profit. I still got 50% of the trade running. I took this trade, by the way, guys, from 106, 106.3 from the top of the move, and also that I even had a plan for a possible long. However, if you have not been following me, please make sure that you always got the free Telegram channel in the description, because yesterday I was super active, guys, by the way, because Bitcoin gave us, or we had the idea possibly of maybe trying to long. I told you guys that if we see a good reaction once we hit 92.5 to, let's say, 91, I could have to be honest, long. But as you can see, guys, we literally went down. I told you guys the idea for a possible long here is always to wait for the dump, and once we dump, I'm going to be waiting for a reclaim of 92.5, and I made it quite obvious on my Telegram channel, because once we went down below 92.5, I said that that's quite clear that I'm not going to long. I have no interest in longing until or unless we reclaim 92.5, and if we do not do so, then I'm going to be waiting happily shorting the market. As you can see, I basically just posted that when Bitcoin had went under, as you can see here, went under, I think, 91.2. Then I waited, and then I said basically no good reaction. As you can see, literally no close of at least a 15 to 30 minute candle, and I said clearly that while below 92.5, I'm going to be waiting for further drop, and we basically just had that at middle of the night. We had Bitcoin drop. I think the bottom was at around maybe 89 or 90k, and right now Bitcoin is actually seeing a bounce. And I also talk about, guys, how we maybe can possibly like short the market whenever we get these fake pumps, whenever we have Bitcoin pumped at the middle of the night without the London session or even the New York session. We sometimes can have the possibility and the chance of actually longing or shorting. To be honest, guys, better shorting Bitcoin. As you can see, if I pull up the chart again and I go to the lower time frame, maybe right now with the little pump we had seen, maybe you can right now see Bitcoin actually trying to backtest our previous idea for longs, because obviously yesterday we had the idea to try to maybe long here. Now, right now we have flipped this zone, as you can see, from previous support back now below to becoming resistance, as you can see. So right now I'm interested in taking actually a short, maybe even with you guys live, because technically right now we've got this little anchored view up. This is basically a line that represents the downtrend we had seen from the beginning of yesterday's Monday's high, as you can see, and we even got a little bit of liquidity on the lower time frame. This is only a short scalp, guys, by the way, as you can see, maybe of us trying to reclaim 92.5. If we actually manage to reclaim 92.5 with a good positive reaction, obviously I'm not going to long. I never long a breakout, but at least I'm not going to short this area, because obviously us reclaiming 92.5 would probably mean us seeing back a good, to be honest, bounce back above to 96 or even 97. However, let's just say Bitcoin actually gives us another nice fake out pump for us to short, then maybe, just maybe, we can actually try to retest 92.5 and try to reclaim it. And if we fail to do so, and actually go below 92, 91.5, then I might to try actually to short. Why? Because we had left liquidity here from yesterday evening and also midnight, and we even had liquidity here. So on the lower time frame, I have a nice perfect idea to short that maybe would give me a nice good entry, because obviously on weeks we've been nicely trading and shorting Bitcoin. Every single pump could have been actually a nice short for the past, I think, a week or week and a half. Hence why I'm going to be actually waiting for this. If we see a reclaim, obviously I'm not going to short, but at least I'm going to stay away from longing, because as I told you guys, maybe the idea, if we manage to get a perfect short at 92.5, then maybe I'm going to be waiting for a much lower price on Bitcoin, because if the chart actually loads here, as you can see, if Bitcoin actually does not manage to reclaim, let me pull up the chart again. If Bitcoin does not manage to reclaim 92.5 and we actually get a perfect short here, then maybe I'm going to take it all the way lower to 84, because obviously on the higher time frame, I do not see any reasonable support that would stop us actually from dropping back below, or once we hold 92 as resistance, back below or drop quite quickly and heavily back down to 84 and 82, as we actually had seen Bitcoin do that, or do so on the reverse side, as you can see, because obviously we had seen Bitcoin pump quickly from 84, 85 back all the way up to 92. And whenever I see this, I see it as proof that every single time, as I've explained guys, that every single time we see a quick pump to the upside, whenever we lose a certain area where we got inefficiency in volume, to be honest, I'm always predicting that this would happen on the flip side. So right now, if we manage to get a nice short, or even if we don't, just keep in mind that holding 92 as resistance whilst we're under 92, I think there's a good likelihood of obviously seeing lower price. However, that does not mean, to be honest, doesn't mean that you should be shorting randomly. Just wait for a good setup. If you have a short, just have it open. If you do not have a short, then maybe you can take altogether this little scalp one. If we get a good reaction, I always got in mind that maybe idea of shorting here and then actually getting an 84 to 82k move, to be honest. And then maybe here I'm going to be looking for a long. I think that the good support here is actually only below us at 84 to 82, unfortunately. So it's going to be a large drop if we get a short, as you can see, 8 to 9%. And that would also coincidentally give us a larger drop on ETH, because obviously if Bitcoin gives us a short, if Bitcoin falls from 92 back below to, let's just say, 84, then obviously ETH will probably give us the target, the lower support target, which is at around 2600 to 2500. So hopefully everybody understood the idea for ETH, but also most importantly on Bitcoin, and the possible drop with a nice short if 92 is not reclaimed. Thank you, brother, for showing up, and thank you for your nice comments. Let me quickly read down the comments. I'm always trying to actually start quickly with the quick update, and then I'll take a look at the comments, give you a better idea, or maybe answer the comments, because obviously, even though I've mentioned the idea for possibly shorting, I think that some of you guys could have some insightful questions that would maybe clear up or make it quite easily to understand for some other people that didn't actually understand it. Basically, I just said, guys, that we literally had this as support. It's quite simple, to be honest. That's why I'm calling it as a scalp short. It's not the biggest, it's not the most important short, but at least it's a little bit of a short idea that we can try all together, especially because, guys, I've promised that I would try my best to come up with little scalp ideas, whether long or short, just so we can actually take it all together on the live stream, guys. So hopefully I can cheat you guys and actually give you some nice shorts if we can actually have it. Thank you, Vikran, Justin, and BRT for showing up. We got Alexander in the chat. Vikran said maybe we'll get a trade or scalp idea today. We'll try. I'm always trying my best, guys, by giving you whatever I can see or find in the charts, brothers. Like whenever I have an idea for a possible short or long, please, like, don't worry that I'm always going to show up. And if we actually get the trade in front of us, then I'm obviously not going to be fearful of taking it all together in front of you guys. To be honest, I'd much rather taking it all with you, see the reaction. If the reaction is good, take the short with you, and then obviously I'm going to put or set the stop loss. And then if we lose, you're always going to know if I lost a trade or not, because I'm always trying to be transparent by not showing you only the profitable trades, but also the losing ones, or the ones that I lost already. Joker said, hi, what's the weather in Dubai? To be honest, Dubai's weather right now is the best. Like November to like maybe end of December, beginning of Jan is the best, to be honest, for Dubai. So if you want to come visit us, then that's a smart thing to do right now. We've got G said, brother, thank you for the effort. May God bless you. God bless you too, brother. Thank you. He said, one question. You think we might react from the value area high on the March, April dip around 88K? To be honest, yeah, I think you're referring, not sure, but maybe you're referring to this. I'm pretty sure you're talking about this one. If this is not, then maybe you can correct me. But I'm pretty sure you're talking about this. I've got 88K, and this is the previous range. What I'm probably maybe viewing it as a good or maybe a reasonable support. But to be honest, just for the sake of us, to be honest, not having any liquidity, I'm going to explain it in a second. But let me quickly do something really quick, guys. Give me a count till 5. Hold on a second. So I'm pretty sure that even though, yes, technically, it's quite a complicated and advanced idea, hence why just give me a second. I'd much rather explain it in depth. So hold on a second, brothers. Let me just copy this and do that. Don't worry about the stuff that I'm doing right now. Just a little bit of sending links here. All right. So now we're done. Let me quickly like over analyze the question and give you a quick breakdown of maybe why exactly my only interest for support or long is us hitting 84.82. To be honest, the only reason, just to cut it quite simple, is honestly because, or just because, I always look at how the market, how the asset had reacted to a certain area previously. So even though what I'm going to say right now could sound super dumb, I know, super dumb, and also a bit simplistic, but to be honest, I think that once you get actually accustomed to this idea, you're going to notice it and make the most money out of it. Like, even though, like, if you remember, guys, the reason why I was calling, or let me pull up the daily time frame, the reason why I was calling for ETH to actually have a, not a major dump, but a larger dump once we lose 3,300, 3,400, I was saying that I'm going to be waiting for a drop back below to 2,600 or 2,600 or even 2,500. Why? Because I basically said, guys, even though it sounds stupid, it sounds simple, I know, but like, look at the price and how it reacted. See how, like, I do not need a pattern. I'm not trading with patterns, no indicators, just plain and simple price action. And see, like, how previously we had seen a quick rise and pump on ETH from like 2,600 all the way up to 3,300, and that's one of the main reasons why I'm always going to say that if we actually lose a certain support area, then I'm going to be actually waiting for this inefficiency. It is called inefficiency because the market didn't quite fill all the orders when it went up. It shot up. So whenever we're seeing a large inefficiency in volume, I'm always expecting it to happen on the flip side. So hence why, not only because obviously if I pull up the volume profile, you clearly see that literally, if I take a larger volume pull on the ETH chart, you clearly see that we have literally no volume, like, for the past 3 years. For some reason, I cannot tell you exactly why, but just pure supply and demand, that for some reason ETH is not able always to actually like spend a lot of time in between 3,300 and 2,600. Hence why we had always seen ETH quickly like react in between these levels. So every single time we had pumped, every single time we had broken out of 2,600, we went or shot up to 3,400, and then we had seen it happen again and again and again on all sides, as you can see. So I know it sounds dumb, it sounds simple, but if we copy what I've just explained on ETH, because obviously ETH is a much better, to be honest, simple like example. But if I go back to Bitcoin, and just to answer your question, brother, if you have a question, by the way, guys, just drop them down in the comment section. I'm just trying to get to them one by one. So basically, just to keep it simple, I think that hopefully, guys, you've understood before even saying it, but just quickly pay attention to how easily and quickly the Bitcoin price for the past, let's just say, for the past year has reacted in between 8,492, or sorry, 84K and 92K. As you can see, we literally shot up real quickly and then lost it, went back down, went back up, went back down, and also again up, and then lastly and finally. And just to keep it simple, let's just focus on this example. See how easy and quickly back then, I think on April the 20th, we had seen a quick bump from 84 all the way to 92K. So whenever I see this, like, let alone the fact that we had seen other previous examples, but let's just forget about them and just focus on this. We had seen this go up, so I'm technically like waiting or having the the sense or the idea that every single time, or if we lose 92k, which is the area where we at least had some a bit of like dumps and pumps, as you can see here. So we actually had some nice reasonable supply and demand being met. So in regard to this, if you lose 92k, and then we can possibly and technically see what happened here on the flip side. So this is why exactly, brother, I'm not paying close attention to any other support. I'm trying to keep it simple by only focusing on whatever is like below this little pump, which is at around 84, 85, 82. So it's a zone of interest, but it's way down below. I'd much rather, like, once we had lost 92k, to not overly like come up with random support ideas, because I know that the market is sensitive to lots of jobs, and also the shorts have a higher likelihood of actually working out. Hence why I'd much rather come up with random, maybe silly short ideas, as I'm doing right now with this little scalp ideas we've mentioned, to be honest, because they have a higher likelihood of working, rather than just coming up with random silly longs. Because if you want me to actually mention all the long ideas, then yes, I can maybe find a support line at 88. I can even like come up with an idea to possibly long the SFP or the take of liquidity under these lows, because technically, yes, like we had opened up I think today's Wednesday or maybe Tuesday, sorry. Oh, we opened up Tuesday, we made a low, and then we even like went close to it. We made a higher low, hence why we got liquidity here. So yes, technically, if you want me to be over analyzing the market and coming up with every single possible long, although I'm not totally with it, because as I said, guys, like it's totally fine to come up with city longs and shorts whenever the market is consolidating, but whenever the market is downtrending, I'd much rather come up with lots of short ideas and like lose at 1 or 2 or 3 and come up with one big win, rather than trying to come up with random longs ideas, because I understand that the context here is super bearish. Hence why I just would much rather stick with the higher, larger, better probability longs that I've got on the chart. Hence why I only got 84 to, let's just say, 82 as a main support area where I'm going to target Bitcoin for. And hopefully you guys understood why I'm technically and mentally prepared for a larger drop from 92 to all the way to 84. So please, also, having said that, please do not take it as me telling you guys that right now I'm expecting the price to go lower. I'd never, to be honest, you'd never catch me giving you blind signals, quote unquote signals, or even giving you blind predictions. All I'm going to say is that I'm going to hold on into my shorts. I see nothing bullish right now on the chart, and if we happen for some reason to hold on into 92.5 as resistance, then my bias is going to be towards 84. So take it as it is. Like, maybe you can find a certain short, maybe you decide to close your long based on my words, but please do not take my words as me telling you to randomly short or randomly sell. Like, that's the only thing I'd like for you guys to avoid, because obviously we can as easily, even though maybe I am having the idea to try to short if we see a bad reaction here, but obviously we can always have the possibility, a real, very real, to be honest, possibility of us having faked out this area. Then we're going to reclaim 92, 93, and then easily get a bump all the way back up to maybe 96, 97, or even 100k. So I'm not the type of guy to come up on here and give you random predictions. I'd much rather analyze the market with you, give you my biases, whether it's going higher or lower, and also mention ideas. So anything, or unless I like explicitly mention that this is a setup, which is I've done on the 92.5 case. If I do not mention that as explicitly a setup, please do not analyze my words and randomly attribute maybe stuff that I haven't said to whatever I've said, guys, right now on the chart. So hopefully I've covered well my reasoning for the probable job, and also I've answered your comment, brother G. Thank you. We've got Cisco in the chat, Hobby, we've got Sunna. Hold on, I think I missed a few guys. I still have a buy at 950k. I'm pretty sure maybe 95k. You meant thank you, Mountain Man. We got Sound Speaks. Thank you, brother. Auto Insight said, will Bitcoin pump when the New York session opens again like yesterday? No idea, brother. To be honest, I always stay away from giving like random predictions. Like, maybe we can see a pump, but who knows? Like, I'll never be able to answer that, or I do not even care to answer, to be honest. Like, I don't have an answer, to be honest. BRT said, oh, sorry, I've got a question before that. Vikran said, or sorry, BRT before that also said, I like the short idea. Thank you, brother. And then Vikran said, assuming that 92.5k holds, is the next resistance around 96? Yes. If we manage to claim 92.5, then the next resistance is probably seeing or retesting 96 to 97 at around these areas, to be honest. So I'm not totally precise on where I'm going to short next. I'm just going to be cautious and actually probably waiting for a much higher, to be honest, pump, because obviously if we reclaim this, then to be honest, we still got lots of liquidity sitting all over this area, all above this area, hence why we can maybe see a good, like, strong pump to the upside. So that's why this area is a make or break for Bitcoin. Not totally, but I mean, this is a reasonable area to try to short. Why? Because I'm the kind of person, as I said, guys, as a profitable day trader, as someone who only chooses to short, as you can see, the highs, and makes up ideas to long at the lows, you'll never catch me trying to long here. Like, even though my bias or my analysis tells me that if we break 93, 92.5, there's a higher likelihood of us going higher, do not take it as me telling you to long here. Why? Because I'm against longing the breakouts. Rather than doing that, you either wait maybe for a short because we're going to pump. If we do not manage to break it, then get a short because this is a top, and I always like to short the tops. Or if you're insisting into longing, you either probably like wait for this to be taken out as a little, maybe like simple long SFP, take of liquidity, or better ones would be at 84. Or not to overly complicate it, but if you're insisting in taking a long based on me saying that we might actually go from 93 or 92.5 all the way to 96, 97, the way you can do it rather than just the way you can do it rather than just actually like longing the breakout, do not enter a long here, but wait for the price to go up and then maybe find yourself an idea below the price and then long here. So see how I'd never tell you to like long the breakout, but maybe if you understand that maybe the context would be bullish in between 93 to 97, then maybe you can find yourself a little dump, and then you can ride the price action into the full range that I'm speaking about. So hopefully, guys, you've understood that. To be honest, I know this is quite a complicated area, so if you're not totally delved into trading, just keep it simple and stop thinking about shorting unless we go higher, and stop thinking about longing unless we go lower. That's pretty simple, to be honest, and that's the way I like to make money, by not caring much if we're going to dump and not caring much if we're going to the bear market or not, just keeping it quite simple. Right now we've got BRT said, hold on, brothers, thank you. Since my portfolio is heavily invested in altcoins, I'm wondering whether it would be sensible to sell now at a loss in order to avoid a complete capital risk. To be honest, just to give you a clear, honest, answer, brother, just to not totally like give fluff to your answer, or like, not make you feel well, but at least give you a real answer. That me personally, as like, I've got two bags, I've got two portfolios, the investment side and also the trading side. So if you're asking me about the investment side, then I'd have to insist, or not insist, but at least recommend, it's totally up to you. You're the manager of your own portfolio. But if it was up to me, I'm against totally selling at the loss whenever you're quote unquote investing. Like, what's the reason of selling now where you could have actually sold at a profit? Like, my only issue with most crypto investors, quote unquote investor, is that they always for some reason be fearful and like read Twitter, see the bad maybe content made on YouTube. Even me maybe I'm part of it because I choose to put like danger and these are like red colors in the thumbnail. So maybe lots of like beginners would actually be fearful, and only like my own issue is like they only decide to sell once they start losing money. Like, you could have sold whenever you had made profit, but you unfortunately you're just only thinking about selling. So just because you're asking me right now, I have to make not a decision, but at least give you a recommendation based on the current factors. And I've got principles that would stop me from telling people to sell at a loss. Just because you've invested, I'd much rather wait it out rather than just sell now and hope to buy at a lower price. Because obviously this is not investing, you're gambling if you wanna just sell you want to buy at a lower price, you could have sold when you're profiting. So even though I might tell you not to sell, and then obviously it's much likelier than that the price goes lower, but please do not be mad at me if I tell you not to sell and the price goes lower, because I'm not giving you a future proof recommendation. I'm just giving you the facts, the hard facts right now. If you did not sell at a profit and you're invested into a coin that you've obviously believed in, then it does not make sense to be a weak hand that sells at a loss. If you're at maybe at entry or at profit, then be my guest and sell. But my issue is that everybody that hates selling when they're making money. Like, obviously, I'm not talking exactly to you, brother. Sorry for using it as an example, but it's like I always see beginners that would refuse selling their bags even if it 5x'd. But whenever the time comes where everything is bearish, when Bitcoin is actually dropping, when you've got random people on YouTube telling you that's bear market, whatever that means, then you flip, or you randomly like would be accepting a 20% decrease or a 20% loss. So how like most beginners would go from like not accepting anything below a 10x on their portfolio to accepting anything or anything higher than 20% down or 50% down on portfolio. So it's quite sad. I know that's totally human psychology. I know that probably by time and by as many cycles as you like endure, then you'll obviously learn from that stuff. I'm trying to give you actual truthful advice that hopefully would accelerate your to be honest, like experience in terms of the market. Even though, just to keep it in mind, whatever I tell you, your mind will come up to its her or his own conclusion, because obviously, guys, I know the humans are, everybody knows how the humans are stubborn, so, or how humans are stubborn. So obviously I can recommend you stuff, but you can maybe watch another YouTuber that would tell you that's going lower, and then you forget immediately about my recommendation, then you'll do something else. So hopefully I've answered the question in a truthful way. BRT said, I'm heavy on Bitcoin alts are out of, or I'm heavy on Bitcoin, and then maybe a comma would have been good. Alts are out of the question for me. To be honest, that's good. That's the way I am. Like, even my investment bag is mainly Bitcoin and a little bit of ETH, even though I sold 99% of ETH at the all-time high. So that's quite good, to be honest. Like, I've started hating. I'm the kind of guy that would not tell you a next 5x 10x on a certain random coin. If you ask me about a coin, I probably wouldn't have heard of it unless it's like an older one, like an OG one, because like for the past 3 to 5 years, when like, see how like there's a literal correlation in between me starting to make money after 7 to 8 years in the crypto market and me stopping to love altcoins. Like, whenever I stopped the love for random altcoins and joining random Telegram channels and reading the fundamentals and the white paper of like random shitcoins, I started immediately making money. So I'm not saying that you should stop investing, but it worked for me. So at least I'm going to be truthful by at least giving you my experience. So yes, there's maybe an 80% correlation in between me starting to becoming a profitable trader and me stopping to like invest into altcoins and hoping that they're like magically give me a 5-10x on my money, because it's not, to be honest, realistic in that, or at least right now. Like, maybe if you have like jumped on Bitcoin, or sorry, Cardano, for example, on 2017, 2018, maybe 2020, you could have made money. But right now, I think that using historical data and then having or basing your expectations on like random, like old historical data does not make sense, because obviously if you literally pull up the numbers for every single shitcoin, mind my language, guys, every single altcoin for the past 5-4 years, most of them, if not all of them, there are obviously exceptions to the rules, but most of them have not even come close to the all-time high they put at maybe the 2021, not poor one, but at least the top of 2021. So it's quite interesting to me. You can make money, do whatever you want, but me personally, I'd much rather trade the market, not be heavily invested mentally and psychologically into the market. And if I'm going to do so, if I'm going to have a little bit of an investment side, I'd much rather stocks and all of that stuff. I think stocks are much better, to be honest. Even if my channel is called Champs Crypto, I'm mainly a trader here, guys. I'm not a kind of guy that would tell you to put all your bags into Zcash or whatever the new thing trending coin is right now, whatever it is, like Pepe coin or whatever it is. I'd much rather just invest into Bitcoin, maybe a little bit of ETH depending on the cycle, a little bit of Solana maybe depending on the cycle, and the rest are just purely speculation is playing for me. My main income and skill is into making money by shorting and long in Bitcoin. So why would I waste my time and effort, and also like my mental drainage on like random coins that maybe would go up or down if like a random guy sends or posts a Twitter picture randomly. Hold on a second, brothers. We've got Vikran said, whenever we buy the bottom with your help and Bitcoin goes banana zone, I'll definitely come visit you, brother. Hopefully that's in Dubai. Thank you, brother. Hopefully we can make a little quick meetup. Yeah, I get wrecked with alts in 2022. Exactly, brothers. Like I've been in the same boat as you are, any brothers. Like do not see me like talking like and making it. Please do not take it as me have not like me not having done any kind of mistake. Like I'm only like given recommendations and also like advice out of my own experience. I've lost money multiple times in like random coins. I've had even investments where a coin I heavily believed in and then it went down 95%, some even 98%. So I mean, you can, if you're like 15 years old and trying to make money and you only have $100 to your name, be my guest, try everything, because obviously it wouldn't matter on the long run. But if you have someone who are at least on the older side with a bit big of a capital, then please do not play or gamble with it. At least that's my own opinion, guys. Hold on, give me a second, guys. Here, give me a minute here. Hold on a second. Sorry, brothers. I think I've missed a few questions. I think we've got V Shadow said we closed a daily below the macro 0.618. Thank you for the insight. We've got O2 Insight said, will New York pump the market again in just under 2 hours? Who knows, brothers? I have no idea. I'm not the kind of guy to give you like maybe predictions on where the market is going. Shorted 91.8. Pretty interesting, to be honest. I would have much rather, if you wanna like listen to me, I'd much rather, to be honest, not that you should, but at least like if on a even without like any price action, maybe you shorted this fake out, could make sense if you're scalping on the 1 hourly time frame. But to be honest, I'd much rather wait for these highs to be taken out. To be honest, is altcoin season over or never started yet? I know that my answers are very boring, but to be honest, guys, I've never believed in an altcoin season. Like these are just random retail names that are overly spread on the internet. Like, what good will me labeling stuff as market, bull market, bear market, altcoin season? Is it alt like? Like, yeah, like I mean, there is like a period where altcoins prefer outperform Bitcoin, and there's the opposite, obviously, for the most time. But it's not, I wouldn't call it actual alt season, like because not because I do not believe in the term, but the term has a weird connotation to it. Like whenever someone uses the word altcoin season, they probably mean like a certain thing, a characteristics of period where it's like at least a month to three months of easy gains. But I'm against that because we've never seen it quite happen, for the easy part of, at least for the good part of, at least 3 4 years, guys. So I think whatever becomes super known, and every single retailer and every single beginner knows about it, knows these kind of terms, throw them in the bin, throw them in the trash can, trash, guys, because obviously they're useless. Like whenever everybody knows what a thing is going to be useless, brothers. That's my own opinion, to be honest. Like because obviously beginners think, oh, when is altcoin season? They treat it as if it's someone's birthday or someone's hold on, like like a set specific timing that happens. It has a beginning and an ending. But I'm against that, to be honest. Like it's too simple to be like that. It's too simple to make money in the market. Like if you think the market is too simple, then you probably won't be making any money. Unfortunately, guys. Sorry for maybe crushing your dreams. I know that the question was meant kindly, but to be honest, I'd much rather like answer with truth rather than kindness. BRT said, what could be a good indicator of the move to 80k zone? The good indicator would be obviously us faking out 92k, 92.5k, and then I'd like to see lots of longs being open at this zone. Like the more longs I see opening in here or in between this, the more I'm becoming more convinced of us seeing lower price to come, to be honest. So I'm going to be wait for the New York session to open, which is going to happen in an hour and 20 minutes, and then see how many longs are being stuck at the highs, and then maybe get more convinced of us seeing lower price. But to be honest, just to answer in a better way, brother BRT, I'd much rather not be convinced of a job, but at least be biased towards it. What that means that using the word convinced has a or sorry, what could be a good indicator of the move to 80k. Saying it that way kind of has a connotation of us like predicting a job, but I'm never predicting it. I'm just saying that just think about it this way. It's too simple, but I know that's going to work better than waiting for an indicator. Just think about it this way. Ahmed, which is me, Champs Crypto, was telling me that whilst we're under 92.5k, the likelihood of dropping is high, and the target would be a meaningful drop to 84. So I'm not telling you to sell now. I'm not telling you to short now. I'm not telling you to not do anything. To be honest, so I'm just saying it as an analysis, as a technical advice that just keep in mind, something just to leave on the side, or to have at the back of your mind, that I'm saying that holding this would mean that. That's the simplest way of saying it. Like, even though like we can maybe have indicators, we can maybe by that I mean like we can maybe have like longs being open here, and then we go and lose it and trap them all the way up. We can maybe short this, and then I'm going to be probably more convinced of a job. But all of that doesn't mean much. All I'm saying is that holding this would mean that. Pretty simple, I know, but simple and boring makes us money, brothers. Hold on a second, brothers. Give hold on a second. What can I say? Good school but expensive. Market is short. Market is short, but life is long. That's a good way of looking at it. Bitcoin target is 74k. John Peterson says. To be honest, we never know. To be honest, guys, like I don't see that the market is not simple for someone to drop a random target. Like even me, I wouldn't say that I'm the most like knowledgeable person in the market, but at least as a profitable trader, at least as someone who's got the live stream open right now, you'll never catch me feeling the righteousness of actually, or the credibility enough of saying where the Bitcoin price is going, like, because no any kind of credible person does not have, there isn't a certain person that would tell you where the Bitcoin price is going. Like even Mark, what's his name, Michael Saylor or whatever his name is, wouldn't be able to tell you where the Bitcoin price is going, because it's purely market supply and demand, brothers. Pure market action, so price action. So you can have a target if you want to like enjoy a target, but it's all predictions, guys. Do not let me or anyone else tell you where the Bitcoin price is going, because like it annoys me whenever I see like random like Twitter charts on X, whatever it's called now, X charts or posts that they're predicting a certain level. Like they're saying, oh, we're going to this. And what more annoys me, whenever someone says we're going to this by a specific date. So like that's like super triggering, because like how can you tell? Like, okay, I'm going to sit with you and like watch the TA. Tell me exactly how did you come up with this certain number within a certain period of time. I never know. I just know how to long and short, and maybe sometimes have biases. But other than that, guys, I'm going to keep it straight forward with you. I'm not going to give you any targets. I do not know if the quote unquote bull market is happening or not. I do not believe in these kind of stuff, to be honest. Thank you, brothers, for your nice comments right now. Hold on a second. Uh, we got Vikrant. Sorry, guys. We got multiple comments above that. Thank you, brothers, by the way, for actually being super actually active, and actually like having. I'm quite enjoying the live stream being led by your comments, guys. To be honest, because some of the time I'm going to like be ranting on and going on about like stuff that maybe not everybody would like to hear. But by doing this, like by reading the comments, we get like maybe 5 to 10 minutes of like different stuff that we talk about. So I'm quite enjoying it. We got sorry, Zloty back in the chat. Can you teach us exo chart, how to understand the info? See how I'm super lazy, guys. I've got this and it has been like maybe close to a week now. I haven't quite set it up. So once I set up my new Mac, then I'll be able to show you guys the exo charts. And by the way, guys, just for the people that are new to this channel, exo charts is just the order flow app that I use. And by order flow, I mean just an app that tells me or shows me at real time where exactly the longs and shorts are opening, and a variety of multiple stuff. So it's called exo chart, exo charts. So I mainly depend on it in execution of trades, but for the time being I'm not able to show it to you guys. Why? Because I need to upgrade to my new MacBook, or not MacBook, whatever this is called, and then hold on a second, and then I'll be able to have it on the channel. We've got Renata said, great job as always. Thank you very much for your appreciation. We've got Vikran said, can you please show us the order flow? Like, what are they indicating at this moment? Thank you, brother. Unfortunately, just to be totally truthful, guys, I've got my laptop closed here, so I don't have the exo chart pulled up right now. But last time I left it, it was quite neutral, to be honest. Nothing of any importance happening right now. I'd only look at it once we hit my area of interest for a short. And just to give you a little nugget of maybe advice or recommendation, or maybe just something that you should maybe keep in mind, if obviously we spoke about a possible short, if we go back up to 92.5 and then fail to break it and then go back below to 91 point, let's just say 91.7. Okay, so if we get this, then if we actually, sorry, the advice is, if we get this move when the New York session opens, this is going to be a much higher likelihood, or a much probable successful trade. Why? Because most of the time we see like fake pumps on the New York session opens, and we get a liquidity grab. It's going to be a much powerful trade setup. So even though I'm going to take the short, probably if we get this, like if we get this kind of price action, we get a pump and then a fake out, I'm going to take it whenever it happens. But I'd much rather, or I'm going to hope that it happens during New York session, because if it happens during New York session, it has a higher likelihood of actually playing out. So just keep in mind that every single time I talk about a trade, a specific trade, if it happens to take place during the open, or during whenever New York session is open, then it's going to be a much powerful trade, to be honest. Hold on a second, brothers. Give me a second here. We got Crypto Rent, maybe Crypto Rente. Hi, how you doing, brother? We got Auto Insights. Big up, champs. At least you're honest, lol. Thank you, brother. Crypto, I'm trying my best. Retest of, brother said, retest of the 200 MA in the next days, weeks. I don't know. I have no idea what I know what the 200 moving average is, but I do not pay attention to them, brother. Why don't I like the moving averages and the exponential moving averages is because they only look at the price. So they treat every single like time or period or candle like with no difference. The reason why I'd much prefer the VWAP, the volume weighted average price, is because it actually takes into account relative volume. Moving averages do not look at volume, so they literally treat all candles the same, even though one could actually be more important in terms of the amount of buys and sells rather than other one that could have been actually just a weaker candle. So this is why I'm against the moving average. It's only a static line that only tells you the price average, so I'm like totally against it. Even the exponential like doesn't mean anything. Just the exponent of the moving average still weak, to be honest, in my own opinion. HA said timing 84 to 82k. No one knows, brothers. Like if you're expecting here for me to tell you if we're going to 84, and one could tell me are we going to 84, I'm going to tell them I have no idea. I do not know. I do not have a crystal ball. But at least I can tell you that if we hold 92 as resistance, yes, the bias is going to be towards 84. But if you're expecting me to tell you if it's going to happen, then I'll never be able to answer. And as our good brother here asked, if you're expecting me to tell you when it's going to happen, then obviously I'm not going to tell you, or I'm not going to be able to tell you. Obviously I'm not going to hide it from you. If I know, then I'm going to say. But no one knows, guys. If I mention an idea, or I mention not a prediction, but at least a technical backed or technical analysis backed prediction, do not think that I have the answer for when it's going to happen. No one knows, guys. Maybe you can get it in a minute, 10 minutes, 10 days, who knows, to be honest. So I'm just trying to keep it chill with you guys here. It is a very sharp fall, the 1 to 80k zone. Yeah, true. Glad to finally be here during the live. Thank you, Travis, for showing up. Appreciate you watching live. Zloty said, I still don't understand why didn't you long Bitcoin from 89k. Why didn't I long Bitcoin at 89k? Because not every pump and dump is a viable long and short setup. So even though like it may seem that I know I know where Bitcoin is going next, because we can get sometimes a good entries in terms of short and longs. Do not expect me to like be long in every single pump and shorting every single dump. So why didn't I long here? Because I had no setup here. Quite simple, brother. But thank you for the question though. Auto Insight says, yeah, I had a long at 90k, made even more sense at 89k, to be honest. Now, like, after the fact, it's easy to say that a long at 89k is good, but like, who knows? We could have went down. Like, what I do not have a technical reason. Maybe you do, guys. But for my own trading, for my own analysis, I did not have, and I do not still have, a reasonable reason or a reasonable factor that would have made me long here. So it doesn't matter if it pumped or not. Like someone could as easily tell me, why didn't you short here? Because it went down, but I didn't have a short setup. Also here, like I didn't long because I didn't know it was going to go up, guys. So thank you. Thank you, Cisco. No worries. BRT said, could you expand on the idea of the order flow? How can we use it to our advantage? To be honest, I'd much rather hold on to this question until I'm going to be able to at least show it to you guys in front of you, because it's going to be much easier, much easier, to be honest, of me explaining it once I get my new Mac set up, and then I'll hopefully have it on the screen, and then you'll have a better idea, a visual explanation of how I'm using the said program, guys. So wait, hold on. We've got GQ Patrick said, hey bro, I made it. What did I miss? And where are we heading next? To be honest, whenever someone tells me that, it's much better, to be honest, it's a time saver for both you and I, and also the audience, for you to go back and watch the beginning or the first 10 minutes. And it's always quite better to watch or complete the live till the end, because obviously we're still going live. So watch till the end, and then once I'm done, go back and watch the first 5 to 10 minutes. But just to quickly, just because GQ is one of the brothers who've been showing up for like a lot of times here, I'm just quickly going to say or mention for those who have entered after the first 10 minutes. I'm pretty sure I've said it like lots of time, but just to reiterate here, guys, that if we manage to make a fake out at 92.5, then maybe I'm interested in a scalp short. If we reclaim 92.5k, I'm going to cancel the idea of short and then wait for a pump in. And also, while we are under this, technically I'm waiting for 84. So it's not a prediction, it's not a sign for you to sell here, but at least avoid longing while we are under 92.5k. Vikran said, hey GQ, thank you, brother. Dr. Werewolf said, nice, made it back in time. Thank you, brothers. Retest of the 200 MA in the next weeks. I don't know, brothers. Nowhere. Like, I've never understood how can someone have a prediction, and let alone a prediction, a time-based prediction. Like that's totally, like, that totally blows my mind. Not because it's powerful, but it's like, it's I wouldn't call it BS, but it's like something closer to a borderline BS, to be honest. What is your definition of a scalp? 1 hour or 30 minutes? I followed your scalp yesterday, but I didn't really know how long a scalp is to you. But I just heard you mention 1 hour. Thank you, by the way, for the question. And just to quickly answer, and also like mention the first part of your comment, brother, by the way, that if you had followed the idea for a long that I mentioned and I gave on the previous live stream and also on this little video, then you would have known that I had wanted to wait for a good reaction before longing. And just to make it a bit easier, I've been super active on my free Telegram channel, guys. By the way, I have nothing to sell you. All I've got in the description is weeks, which would give you a deposit bonus. If you want to use my link, that's totally up to you. And also secondarily, we got the free Telegram channel. And yesterday, I literally was like updating you guys not every single, but I was up to date, guys, with you while Bitcoin was going down. I said it quite clearly that I'm not going too long, because obviously, Werewolf, you have obviously watched the video from yesterday, because you understood the idea for a possible long. But it shows me that you're not part of the Telegram channel, because if you had you been a Telegram member, you would have known that I was just saying quite like clearly that I'm not going too long. Like I literally said here, if I read off my posts, I said first on the first post, I said lots of shorts opening here. That was like at maybe 92, 91. It was at around here. So I was waiting for a claim and it never happened, so I never longed. And I said that not longing unless we reclaim 92.5. So see how easy it is to avoid. Even, by the way guys, like it's never that simple of you watching a 7-minute video of mine and then thinking you can long or short, because obviously you have to watch for a reaction. And just because I understand guys that most of you guys would love and prefer for me to actually be with you, I try to make the live streams as long as possible, and I also try to update you guys on my own free Telegram channel, because I understand that some of you guys would have actually 100%, I'm pretty sure that someone had done it, that they tried long in here, even though I said guys please wait for a good reaction, and it never came. Hence why I said here on my free Telegram channel that I'm going to not be short longing unless we reclaim 92.5, and it never happened. Hence why I update you guys, even like when it dropped even a little bit. I said, just quickly say it guys, I said never reclaimed 92.5k and we going lower. I said price under 92.5k, I expect lower, staying in short. So that's the last post I ended the day up with, as you can see. So that was posted at 1 o'clock 20 minutes at my time, so 1:20 midnight in Dubai. Hence why it was quite simple for us to avoid longing. But maybe someone could have not totally have understood the idea, so it's quite normal, it's quite fine to be honest. So that's why I'm trying to be at least a bit active on my free Telegram channel, just to be at least with you guys for the first like maybe first like couple of videos that you guys are trying to understand the way I like to trade. We've got Leafan, or maybe thanks brother, bro, love your outlook. Thank you brother. If you do not make a trade live now but do it later, will it be shown on Telegram? Thanks. I'll try my best, to be honest. I'll never like promise given signals, because I'm the kind of guy to be like I'm against signals, to be honest. I'm not going to do copy trading. I'm not going to give signals, because signals are signals. If me opening or giving away signals, I'm not going to even sell you a signal, just to quite make it clear. It's not about money. It's mainly about you actually having to learn the stuff, because obviously like giving signals would stop most of you guys from actually having the need or the feeling of actually wanting to learn from me. But don't worry, like if I see something and I get the chance to it, I'll never be like withholding information from you brothers. Crypto Ren said, I think, hold on, I think I missed a few. Let me quickly accelerate my way of reading them. Hold on. I think I've missed quite a lot, to be honest. Thank you brother for the huge amount of comments. I'm not used to this huge amount of comments, to be honest. Werewolf said, on alt season, I think it might still come in 2026 when QE starts. I disagree on it, likely not happening, to be honest. I think timing it right is the real issue for many. I'm not saying that we'll never see a good period in terms of altcoins performing well. I'm just saying that please stop like treating it as if it's someone's birthday, like as if something that is known and is going to happen easily with a set date to begin and a set date to end. Like that's the only thing I'm against. So I'm not saying that it's not going to happen or we'll never see any kind of good period whenever altcoins are outperforming Bitcoin. Travis said, a nice short incoming after the pump, of course. Thank you, brothers. We got Rohan. Thank you, brothers. Thank you for the nice comments. I've got Stian, maybe. I'm trying to pronounce your name. Hello, I just tuned in. But what is your stop loss for your long now? I do not have a long now. Maybe that's a misconception, or maybe the way I speak is not quite clear, but I do not have an open long right now, guys. This is a short position that you see on the screen. Other than that, I literally have 0 longs opening right now. Not because I'm super bearish. I haven't been offered one. Like, if I get a chance to long, then I'm going to take it. But for the time being, I haven't gotten any. Renata said, Ahmed, did you try to translate into Polish as you promised to check? I did, by the way, guys, and I saw that it just random from YouTube. Like, by the way, thank you for the comment. Like, for some reason, sometimes YouTube decides to add like the dubbed content, like subtitles or even dubbed like audio tracks to my videos, and it randomly picks up like what kind of language do you want to dub the videos into. Like if I go to the like yesterday video and if I check, see like the for some reason for yesterday they chose German, Indonesian, Italian, and Portuguese or however you want to pronounce it, and Spanish. So I think it's random, to be honest. So like it's not, I don't have an ability to like check, or a box to check where I can choose Polish or like whatever we have left, maybe like Nigerian or whatever kind of language you speak there, Igbo or something, Yoruba. But as you can see, like it's totally random. Like if I skip this random ad right now, guys, let me check on what kind of languages we've got on the video, not the one yesterday, but the one from after, from the day before yesterday. As you can see here, we got French, German, Indonesian, Italian. Oh, sorry, I think these are the same bunch, to be honest. So it's not random, but I think yesterday we didn't have French, so I think it's totally random. I'll check with them. I'll double check. Thank you for asking me and reminding me, Renata, by the way, because I've been checking, but I'm pretty sure that there isn't a way of forcing YouTube to come up with automatic dubbed content or automatic audio tracks. We got step by step said, dear, I'm just limit stop 92.5. No, guys. Thank you, by the way, thank you for commenting that, because please, guys, for the love of God, thank you for commenting, because had you not commented, I wouldn't have known about it. But please cancel your limit orders, guys. It's never that simple. Do not, whenever I speak about a setup, whether it's Bitcoin or ETH or whatever, do not put a limit order for at the area while I speak about the entry, because my setups, for you to become a profitable trader, you must watch and think for yourselves. And by that I mean, not in a disrespectful way, I mean that you setting a limit order here would take away your ability to decide whether you want to jump in or not. Because obviously what I'm saying, I'm not going to short 92.5k. I know my accent is not good, but hopefully it's not that bad for you guys to not understand, because I'm not saying that I'm going to short the touch of 92.5. I'm merely saying that if we go above to 92.5, and then only if, see how like why you shouldn't be limit ordering, because and then if we happen to go lower to, like, let's say 91.8, then here is the area of execution. See, so it's never that simple. I'm not saying to just put a limit order and go to sleep and you'll find money in your bank account. No, guys, you need to put an alert, as I did here, and then wait, because obviously sometimes we get a hit of 92.5, we get into this area, and then we easily pump up. So I'm not predicting. I'll never give you a predictions, guys. It's just as plain simple short setup. Wait and watch. Good reaction. Or by good I mean shorting. So obviously a good reaction whenever we're speaking about a short is obviously a fake out. So if we see a fake out, then short. So hopefully, thank you actually for commenting. I wouldn't have noticed to catch that. Alexander said, I'm interested, maybe you mean, by how you set up the exo chart indicators you use. They're not indicators, but I'll show it to you guys. Tom Bra said, do you mean XO chat? No, exo. So EXO, that's one word, exo, and then charts. Hopefully it's quite clear now. Zlati said, Ahmed checking his crystal ball very frequently in this life. Thank you, brother. I'm trying my best, but unfortunately today we don't have a crystal ball. My crystal ball is not working today, unfortunately. Renata said, Ahmed does the best analysis, even compared to the Moon, Crypto Rover store for them. I mean, I'll stay silent about that. Ahmed, brother, try MMT for order flow. I'll take a look, to be honest. I'm never against it. I've never heard of it, by the way, guys, but I'll take a look. I've heard of ATAS, which is ATS. Okay, I've heard of something else, but maybe like 3. I've never heard of MMT, but I'll literally write it down now. And thank you for actually like giving me recommendations. I'll take a look, because by the way, guys, MMT. Okay, because by the way, guys, just to let you know that the ExoChart app is a paid app, so it's like 50 pounds or 50 euros a month. I'm not sure why it's in euros, but I think they're in Europe. So it's a paid program. So obviously not everybody could afford it. I'm not going to sell you it. I do not have an affiliate code to it. I'm not taking a cut into it. But it's unfortunate it's a paid app. Why? Because they need the money to actually pay the exchanges for the real-time data of the back end of the futures market. So it's actually like a paid program because they're paying for the information. We've got Alexander said Moon MM or Rover, and unfortunately all these YouTubers are Moon boys. To each their own, to be honest. Where do you find the info on when New York session opens and what other markets are important to keep track of? Why is New York session so important to you anyway? Seemingly love to be seeing you live again. Thank you, brother, for these kind of like important questions, because I see you asking the right questions that need to be asked, to be honest, because I'm always loving the fact that some are like asking for the reason behind the stuff that I say, because like it's all good for me to say just wait for the next session open, but some of you guys would love to know, or would like to know, if you do not know already, why is that so. But just to quickly give you a quick idea of like, just to answer the first part of the question, when does it open? It opens at 6:30. How do you find out? Just Google New York session open and close and see it. When does it close and open for your relative time? But just to make it quickly easy for everybody here, especially if you're watching us from Europe maybe or Asia, just wait an hour. So see, look at your time, look at your clock right now, and wait and add an extra hour, but not exactly an hour, just 57 minutes. So right now in Dubai it's 5:33. It's going to open at 6:30 p.m. So less than an hour from now. So hopefully you've understood that. Why is it so important? Because New York session, was the New York session, or the New York market opens, the Nasdaq opens in actual New York, the actual Wall Street opens. That's the period of time where we get the highest volume. So like I can show you proof and actual data and facts that if you open up any single order flow app, you will see that for maybe 80% to 90% of the day, of the days, the highest volume area, or the highest volume like period, is actually the time in between, oh sorry, from the open of the next session to the close of the next session. So midnight, no good flow of volume. London session, which happens prior to the next session, New York session, they have a little bit of an overlap. London session is a bit good, but for Bitcoin especially, if you want to become a good trader, just focus on the next session. It's the main important one. Like, especially, by the way, guys, like the high of the day and the low of the day being put during New York session is more important and are more strong rather than putting them outside the New York session. So it's quite important. But thank you about this. Werewolf said, thoughts on Benjamin Cohen, general thoughts. A good respectful man who speaks in a good, well-educated manner, but to be honest, I'm not against what he says, but he just likes, he does, or I have a term for it, but maybe it sounds disrespectful, even maybe it's not something that I can use in YouTube, but mental masturbation, if I may call it that. Like, it's an art rather than actual facts, but I enjoy his stuff. Like, I've enjoyed his stuff. Let me say it that way. So I'm not against him. I'm not saying that I'm better than him. Obviously, he's bigger than me. And unfortunately, in this social media age, whoever has more subs than you is more knowledgeable than you. Well, at least he is perceived that way. Hence why I wouldn't like to throw shade or hate at anyone. But not for me. But he's a good guy, I think. A good man. Every time market goes on bear market mode, it does retest the 200 before going lower. No idea, brother. Short liquidations lever very high. Maybe. Hold on, let me quickly look for this stuff. Where do you get your... Oh, sorry. I think he's referring to someone else. So I'll leave them to it. Please analyze ETH. ETH, I just quickly mentioned it, guys. But I want to keep it too simple on it, to be honest. Like ETH, if I pull up a chart, the only idea I've got right now, maybe... I still got maybe a short idea here. If we for some reason come back and capture all this liquidity and hit the liquidation, or sorry, the anchor's view up, then maybe this is a nice short. But a closest other idea is actually maybe waiting for 2600, 2500. So I've spoke about it, by the way, guys. Like, if you feel like I haven't spoken about something, just like keep in mind that the live stream has been going on for an hour and 6 minutes. What is a difference between reaching 92.5k and reclaiming 92.5k? Reaching is a fact of us hitting 92.5k. Like, you see, if you put an alert at 92 comma 500 and then you put an alert on it, you get alerted, then that is what's meant by reaching 92.5k. And reclaiming 92.5k is not a hard fact, but merely us holding on to it for a certain period of time. So we can never say that it's 100% they're claimed, but at least once or while we're above it, we can call it or label it as being reclaimed. Thank you, Wayne, for showing up again. I was actually thinking about you because I see you haven't commented for the first hour, so thank you for showing up, brother. Hopefully it's not too early in the morning for you. John said there's time price indicators, GAN indicators. I don't care about them, to be honest. Wayne said the likes to people watching ratio is the best in 2 weeks streaming live. Helps the channel exposure YouTube in support of the people champ. Ahmed, thank you, brother. Thank you, brother, for showing up and actually for this nice fact. Okay, I see. So it's like the highest ratio of likes to viewers. Thank you, brothers. That shows us that the ones that are sticking with us. I think that right now we reached sorry the third week. Correct me if I'm mistaken. The third week of actually sticking with making live streaming every single week. So it shows that the current viewers are the ones or the real OGs who are sticking along with us in the journey and actually watching for a larger or a longer period of time. What about Solana? To be honest, the reason why I'm taking a bit of a vacation away from speaking about like little altcoins, even Solana, I see it as little because obviously Bitcoin is going to control it. But if you want my opinion, to be honest, right now we are within the most important area of support, which is 150 to 125. But just because I'm literally like there's a good likelihood of us seeing 84 on Bitcoin, I cannot reasonably talk about supports and resistance lines for any other altcoin, because even though I can spend 10 minutes talking about how important 124 to 150 is as support for Solana, I'm fearing that some may take it as me telling you guys that it's going to go up, because obviously if I spend hours and hours like talking about Solana and then Bitcoin decides to go lower, everything is going to go lower with it. So hopefully guys you've understood that. Let me quickly, every time I get to the end of the videos I see many other videos, guys, so thank you very much for actually like being interested in whatever I say, whatever I say. Everyone support Ahmed and smash the like. Thank you, brother. Telegram is cool with Ahmed. Yeah, thank you, brother. Thank you for your nice comments. I think that I'm quite appreciative of the amount of nice comments we've been getting lastly or lately. Leafno said thanks, Ahmed. I did join your Telegram channel. Saw it. Thanks. No worries, brother. I even got it as a new I think design or animation that shows up every single minute. So thank you, brothers, for actually being interested. Telegram community has doubled in 2 weeks. Thank you, Ahmed, for updating us like you do. You're the opposite of lazy. Very active, very transparent, setting standard in the space. Thank you, brother. I can never actually pay the debt of appreciation everybody has been giving me. Ahmed said salam, good man, thank you for the information, much appreciated. Thank you, brother. Tony said we can get the live to 100 likes. I've never asked for likes, guys. You know me, you know how I'm bad with when it comes to making content and actually like spreading and promoting stuff. If you wanna like the live stream, be my guest. Never understood what kind of good, or maybe it does have a good reflection on the videos. Maybe it gets pushed if we get more likes. I've never understood that, guys. I try not to ask for likes or all the stuff. By the way, guys, just because it has been an hour and 10 minutes, please allow me to at least mention it once that we've got the week's link in the description. Just to keep it real with you guys, weeks is actually a good exchange, but the good thing is actually the fees on it, and also because it's tailor made for day trading, I'm actually using it for myself. And also if you wanna use my promo code or my referral code or referral link, it's totally up with you guys, totally up to you guys that you use this link. If you want to use it, then it will give you a nice kickback. Hopefully, let me switch between the links that we've got. We've got multiple links, so you literally just go on in the description. You'll find the 40% deposit bonus link. You click on it, guys, and then if you want to make an account, be my guest, you'll get a nice like a nice bonus back, a kickback. So if you want to look at the image, I think it's quite clear. You deposit $100, you'll get $40. And just by the way, guys, the $40 are not actual USDT. These are bonuses that would allow you to enter a trade with. So if you deposit $100, you'll get 40 back, but the 40 are not withdrawable. They're only a coupon that you can enter a trade with. So let's say you enter a trade and you enter a trade with the $40 and you make 100% back. So you obviously get a new profit, which is $40. So whatever profit you get out of the bonus. It's all yours, whether you want to keep it in, deposit it, withdraw it. It's totally up with you guys. If you want to support the channel, I always got the link for the week's account, or sorry, the week's promotional link here. I'm trying not to overly sell it because it's totally up to you, whatever exchange obviously you want to use. But it's a good option. And obviously guys, I'm using my referral code, so just keep it quite real. Yes, it's a code, it's a referral code. It's totally up to you guys. If you want to actually just avoid that, just go to google.com and just type in weeks and you'll find it. Werewolf said, I'll check your Telegram more next time before taking your call. It was profitable, by the way, but it was definitely a scalp. I think it was good, around 93k. Thank you, brother. At least you came up with a little bit of money. Wayne said, I think I've read that, or maybe I did. Yeah, I think I did. Leaf said, that's true. Copy trading mainly helps the lead trader. I think people here are here to learn. Thank you, brother, for appreciating and understanding my answer. Will you open long at 82 to 84? It remains to be seen, brother, because like we have to wait for the drop and then make up our mind. It's never that simple of us just stating a fact and then setting a limit order at this area. I have to wait because obviously we may not even reach 84, and if we do, then obviously maybe you can immediately go lower. So I would not just easily tell you I'm going to long here. I have an idea for you long, but I'd put alerts on and then wait for the level to be hit and have my order flow app open, and I'm going to watch and monitor the reaction before taking anything back. Let me quickly read down the comments. We've got Real said, BNB, please. Sorry, guys, you're gonna excuse me because I'm trying not to look at many altcoins now because I think that looking and reading the Bitcoin market is much more important right now. Vikram said, can we watch your Arabic channel in English audio or subtitles? Maybe, guys, but I'm not sure if we have subtitles because I think Arabic is harder to dub automatically. So maybe I can do it manually, but it's going to take a lot of time. I don't see how we don't even have options here. Like it's not auto generated. Like it's different to the English one. So if you want to come up with my live Arabic streams, you're always welcome to do so. But as I said, guys, it's totally like what you call it, like identical. So don't worry, guys, I'm actually spending more hours on the English live streams lately. So I'm trying to give all or everybody as much love on both channels. Sell spot Bitcoin close at 75k. Nowhere. If everyone wants, or if anyone wants to give advice or recommendation, please do not give it as an order or as a like I know stuff I'm going to tell you guys is going here and there, because no one knows. Hold on, let me quickly take a quick looks. Was wondering the same, maybe more updates on the Arabic channel. No, guys, to be honest, like I'm doing the exact same effort for both get little videos, like little updates, both get the same amount of like time for the live streams, exactly the same Telegram posts that I do on the English one are done and given to the Arabic community and vice versa. So don't worry, guys, I'm showing the exact same love with all the community. And by the way, guys, I'm all running it on my own. I'm doing the thumbnails. I think you can tell that I'm doing it on my own, but they're not the best. But I'm doing the thumbnails for both channels, titles, everything, comment moderation, everything is my own, because I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm just quite enjoying the fact of me actually getting the chance, having started with the Arabic community and built it on for legit close to 4 years now, and then right now like building an English community. I'm quite enjoying it, to be honest. So I'm not here to do anything or sell you anything, but at least hopefully you're gaining much knowledge from me showing up every single time. I think there's lots of questions here. Yes, watching your Arabic channel with subs would be amazing if possible. I'll see if it's possible or not, because like I'll see if it can be done automatically. If not, then maybe it's going to be a bit difficult, because I need to see who is going to like unfortunately I do not have the time to actually like do it manually and like dub the content myself. Why do you have your trading view linked to Bybit as opposed to any other exchange? Do you recommend we do the same? Thank you, brother. Smart question. Yes, for analysis, I recommend this specific chart. So not only Bybit but BTC. Pay close attention, because I know most of you guys will get it wrong at the first time. BTC, which is Bitcoin, USD, not USDT, USD, so the dollar, dot, which is a little point, period, dot, perpetual, so P, and then Bybit. So please, if you want to copy the exact same analysis, the best, not exchange, the best chart for TA, for doing the analysis, taking the analysis and taking the setups is different. I take the setups on weeks, but for doing the analysis, I need the best volume chart, which is right now at the moment of time is actually Bitcoin USD, not USDT, perpetual Bybit. So yes, thank you for the question, by the way, brother. It's the best chart right now. Given the next session in that live. Hi champ, are you in any trades right now? Yeah, I do have still the same short trade open from 106. Nothing new here. Guess we should talk Arabic, take Arabic lessons. Thank you, brother. I'm trying my best. Hopefully I'll try to alternate between both, because just to give you like, it's the timing for the English live streams works well with the time that I do start it at. And that's why the Arabic live streams happen to take place during the New York session open. So Werewolf said Benjamin Cohen does have a PhD in engineering. Oh, sorry. Thank you, brother, for mentioning that. That's actually a fallacy. It's a logical fallacy that you interpret or attribute someone's knowledge with their certification in a different, totally unrelated field. So, even though, yes, I do agree that there's some correlation in someone being smart and holding or having a PhD in engineering, does have a correlation, but it doesn't immediately tell you. See how like socially we're easily tricked by believing people just because they have a certain certificate. Like what does it have to do, like what does have holding a PhD in engineering like give you in terms of actual credibility in talking or predicting about the price? So I'm not totally hating on him, but even him, I think Werewolf is misunderstanding Benjamin Cohen. I think even himself, like, he never said, "Oh, I have a PhD in engineering. Believe what I'm saying about the Bitcoin cycle." Like, he never said that. Like, the only reason Benjamin Cohen is like loved and liked because his content is actually maybe good, or the stuff that he gives is good, or maybe the result of his predictions are good, but it's definitely not because he's promoting himself as a PhD holder in engineering. So to be honest, like it's definitely like unrelated to the fact. Like it could show that he's smart, but doesn't mean that like he's saying that, oh, I have a PhD, believe what I'm saying. Hold on, I think I'm quickly like reaching the end of the video, the comments. What can I do? Smash the likes, guys. Thank you, Nikhil, or sorry for mispronouncing your names, guys. Vikran said, looks like we have a 4-year-old tired of trading. Maybe I've missed his comments, but thank you. Hold on, brothers. Matt said, I think you're incredible. Thank you, Matt. Thank you for your nice comment. I'm doing my best, brother. Thank you for your appreciation. I'm going to keep it up and hopefully keep up the incredibleness, if it's even a word. Use his link for weeks and get brother paid. Lol. He's giving us all free sauce here. To be honest, brother, please do not take it as me like forcing you to use my week's link. Yes, it's an affiliate link. Yes, it could be a revenue source, but I'm doing it for the love of the game. Obviously, I'm not going to spend hours and hours just talking for the sake of me selling you an affiliate link, just because I'm truthfully enjoying what I'm doing here, guys. So if you want to actually maybe think about choosing a different exchange and you want to move to the link, that's totally up to you guys. But thank you, brother, for actually your nice comment. Hold on, I think I'm missing a few comments here. I'm gaining a strong position. Thank you, brother. King Slayer said, or King Player Slayer, on US stock market time, what if the Bitcoin doesn't pump and it doesn't do as planned? Where can we short, or what we have to watch out? Thank you, brother. By the way, brother, just to keep it quite simple, that if your question is smart, and I'm quite enjoying my time, guys, because obviously I'm trying to set an hour for both the Arabic live stream and an hour for the English live stream, but I cannot stop myself from enjoying answering questions and talking about the ASF. So if you're thinking about why is this guy doing it, because I've got my own businesses. I'm doing trading as full-time, guys, so I do not need to sell you something, but I'm truthfully enjoying talking about this stuff, especially for the English comment and the section. It's a brand new experience for me, so I'm quite enjoying having multiple people from different geographical regions. Some are telling me good morning, some are telling me good evening, so it's quite interesting and I'm quite enjoying the fact. So thank you for the questions, brother. He said, what if the New York session opens and we do not get the plan of a short? By the way, guys, me having an arrow that shows up and down is not a plan or a prediction. It's merely just be prepared for this. And if we do not get this, we do not have a short. So that's just to answer your question. let's just say we open New York session, we never hit this, we don't have a short. Even if we do hit it and then never go below, we don't have a short. So see how simple it is. Like most of the time, trading is mostly about watching and doing nothing. I know that maybe your hands or arm are scratching you, but you have to actually resist the feeling of or the need to overtrade, because as if you watch me, I literally I still have the one and only short that I did not take anything. Oh, sorry, I did take a little short here that I closed in some profits, so I shorted twice for the past maybe let's just say week. I think, yeah, a week exactly. So for a whole week I only shorted twice, or I only took two trades which were shorts, or sorry, three trades, two shorts, one losing long, just to keep it quite real. I think I mentioned it before that I lost a test of 97. So I traded three times in 7 days. So see how like it's not about overly trading or making the most out of every single move. Sometimes a pump can happen, and most of the time pumps happen without me actually being a participant into the move, and even vice versa. Nikhil said, Ahmed already at 3k subs. Thank you, brother. Yeah, I think I noticed it when I was talking about it, but because I refreshed the page. So let me quickly double check how much we've got. Yes, 3k subs. Thank you, brothers. Thank you so much for all the support. To be honest, I'm not used to actually like these kind of numbers happening quite quickly, even though like my Arabic channel is much bigger. But obviously we reached maybe 9k or close to 9k. We're getting there. Let's see if the let's see if the English community would be able to get us to 10k before the Arabic channel, because obviously the Arabic channel is much slower in terms of growth, but it's much closer to 10k. So we'll see whether we get the English one or the Arabic one quicker or faster. See who is more powerful in that. Werewolf said, have you heard of Jesse Eckel? Maybe he sold his house for crypto. I think I did. I think I'm pretty sure I watched a video of his when I was on my way to the office. Let me double check my YouTube history. I'm pretty, yeah, I think I've yeah, that's the video I've watched actually, guys, when I was driving back to the office. I think that you're referring to this guy. He spoke about him selling his house and him predicting that it's going to go up. To be honest, I like the conviction and his his willingness to actually like make it clear, or at least put himself out there and make it clear that he's expecting or predicting a move up. But the video, even though it was like maybe 15 or 10 or 20 minutes, it lacked reasons for why he thinks so. Like even though he had the chart and he said, oh, I think we're here and we're going to go here, but he didn't give us why exactly. He just said that the market is going to go up. He didn't give us like actual proof. So I mean, kudos for him, but I'm not sure why. Hopefully I've missed. I think I've missed a few. Last question: can the bottom actually be in? Yes, guys. You know me. Every single question about can this, can that, everything is possible, guys. So I don't know, but yes, obviously. How long did it take you for you to become profitable day trading? To be honest, if I want to count from the time I had took it seriously, then maybe 3.5 years. If I can literally, if I count every like the whole years that spent like maybe not knowing that I was trading, but at least I was doing so in reality, then maybe closer to 6 years. But from the time I had understood what trading is and tried to at least become from the beginning of me chasing it to becoming profitable, maybe 3.5 years. Just like maybe not lowballing it here, but I'm just quite trying to predict it here. Hold on, brothers. I love the word incredibleness. Thank you, brother. I'm just making stuff here, stuff up here as it goes. You need an Arab guy to revolutionize the English language. Can you give 3 examples of good reaction for entry, please? It's hard to overly simplify the good reaction. A good reaction is just a word that I use, but in reality, there isn't a good reaction. It's not a textbook there isn't a textbook that you can learn off and you understand every single like good reaction. And even like whenever I say, by the way, guys, the word reclaim, like let's just wait for a reclaim of the line. There isn't something precise about what reclaiming a line is. It's just about intuition, reading the market, looking at the order flow, and then the rest is for luck. Like I know that's some of you think that trading is not about luck, but trading is mainly randomness. It's controlled randomness. So do not think that once you understand everything about technical analysis and the order flow and everything that sounds complicated, do not think that once you get to becoming super knowledgeable in terms of trading and technical analysis, you'll make money, because obviously it's not about predicting the market. Some people think that me, as someone who says, or he is as a profitable trader, they think that they take it as me saying that I know where the market is going, but that's totally different. I just know sometimes when to wait for the higher, when to wait for lower, and when to get into a setup. That's it. I cannot tell you if it's going to the end of a bull market, bear market, whatever that is. I have no idea, guys. Evan said, "Can you speak Russian? You're annoying." I mean, maybe I'll give you a trophy for being the first guy I actually put in timeout. So thank you, brother. I'm trying not to be annoying, but you're never forced to watch me, so I've never understood that. Maybe the age is a thing here. Ahmed, do you have a hobby? I think my hobby is doing this, so I think that's the only thing I do. Ahmed, seeing you here all charismatic and happy, all that just like us. You're excited to go live too on this channel. Exactly, brother. Like, I think, like, the energy that I like give out is quite easy to actually, like, I do not need to tell you guys that I'm enjoying this, doing this, for you to actually get it, because obviously we already exceeded the 1 hour I had planned for the live stream, and now it's going to close to 1 hour 30 minutes. So I'm quite enjoying what I'm doing here, guys. Thank you. Do you day trade for a living? Yes. Or it's not, I do it, but it's one of the main part of my income. So just to like clearly explain that. So yes, technically yes. If I stop doing so, I'll probably like lose a large portion of my income. Hit the like button, everyone, for this great content, guys and girls. Thank you, Cisco. Long or short? Never that simple. If Bitcoin manages to go to 84K and bounce from there, where the possible expect the major? Oh, where to possibly expect the next major resistance area? We'll have to wait, because obviously, let's just say that, let's put it that way. If we immediately dump all the way to 84, there isn't going to be any new resistance lines, unless except 80, 92 and 97. But if we like realistically drop, but it would take us like lots of time to go higher, go lower. So obviously we would have, by that time we would have made the new areas as resistance. So I cannot tell you where is going to be the best resistance once we hit 84. We need to wait for the build up of price action and then make up our plan based on that. Hi Ahmed, I'm here from early days. Thank you, brother. Placing comments. However, I want to thank you for knowledge you already gave us, and looking forward for next ones. Really appreciate it. Thank you for nice comments, brother. Or sorry, maybe sister. The name is not quite clear, but I'm totally happy about the nice comments, kind comments that I get, guys. Ahmed, can you go over what to look for reaction before entry? That is what's important to know. Just, it depends on what kind of time frame the trade is on, but just to use this as an example, I just look at the 15 to 30 minute time frame. I'm going to look at when exactly do we hit an area, and then I'm going to be waiting for a hit and then a loss of this area. So it's quite simple. There isn't nothing there's nothing to look at more in terms of actual price action. But if you want to become more advanced, then obviously you'll have to open up the order flow app, because on the order flow app I'll have to see how many longs are being trapped at the highs. So hopefully I've answered the question here. Sorry, Ahmed, what do you mean with order flow? What do you look at? Order flow is the amount of longs and shorts, and it's going to become even more clearer once I manage to open up the app. So order flow is not something you can get on TradingView. You have to use an outsource program, a different program. So there's there's a variety of them out there, but the one that I use is called EXO chart. So I use EXO charts with a combination with TradingView, and then I take a look at the price action with TradingView, and I take a look at the order flow with EXO chart. Ivaldo said, Ahmed, how old are you? I'll let the comments guess. Are you planning to take more profits from your older shorts? Not yet, to be honest, because the way I do it is mainly close 50% off and leave the rest running. Have you closed your shorts? Not yet, brother. I still do got it open here. Short said, sorry, 24. Tahar said 24. Close enough. Thank you for your guests. Let's see how many guests we can get, guys. By the way, thank you very much for your nice comments. Thanks a lot for your knowledge transfer. Thank you, brother. I am truly appreciative of the fact that not only you guys are happy about me talking about setups, it's always obviously the best if I'm able to make you money by mentioning a setup or even taking it with you. But if I'm not able to at least help the majority of you guys get money or make money out of actually like letting you know where's the setup to trade, at least I'm quite happy about you guys actually being appreciative of the knowledge that I'm giving out. I think education is much more important than handing you guys a little bit of money. Do you recommend the cross or isolated? Isolated, brother. Do you, or sorry, Vikran said 25.5. Very, very precise. Why do you not trade using patterns? They've been working pretty decently for me, though. I also tend to see as big stop loss hunt here and there first, but before the action. To be honest, let me put it that way. If you're making money with it, kudos for you, brother. I'm not going to like tell you not to do so, because obviously, if you have been able to become a profitable trader, like pay close attention. I'm not saying if you're able to make money with patterns. I'm not saying if you're able to turn a profit. I'm merely saying precisely if you're able to become a profitable trader. Now, there's different way to define profitable trader, but just to keep it simple, let's just say a continuous ability to hold on into profitability for at least 3 months, 6 months. If you manage to do so, then good for you. Keep on your patterns, draw your head and shoulders, and make money. But if you are not yet a profitable trader, then I'll say that this may be a testament of patterns not being the best, with all the respect for whomever uses it. Is it possible to do one-on-one sessions with you? You're awesome. Thank you, brothers. To be honest, not yet, or maybe not. It's not currently in the plans, because I've really got my own businesses to run in the morning, and then day trading, which is also like much more profitable to me than even my own business in the morning. So I've got like hours that I need to spend that consuming that, and also let alone the fact that live streaming and running Champs Crypto on both languages, by the way, mind you, are taking mainly all of my nights. So I've already given up everything, every single hour of my waking days. So maybe if I get more free time, I'll look for something that could add more education with you guys, hopefully. But thank you, by the way, Andres, for commenting that. So I'm definitely not ruling it away in the maybe the far future. As Zcash the next Bitcoin? I have no idea. Kareem said, are you streaming every day? Do you have any groups? Thank you for the question, brothers. I think that's mainly given by the ones who are new to the channel. Yes, guys, I go live every single day, being consistent with it on both Arabic and English. So we've got Champs Crypto in Arabic. I've been doing that for 3-4 years, and now we've just flipped over and running a new Champs Crypto English channel. Not so new now with the 3K subs. Thank you, brothers, by the way. But yes, I go live every single day at close. I'm trying to stick with 4 p.m. but I usually become a bit late and open up the live stream at 4:30. So let's just say from 4 to 4:15 p.m. Dubai time, which is 7 a.m. Eastern time, every single day, Monday to Friday. You're going to see me with a new live on the channel. So thank you, by the way, for the question. And by the way, just to answer the rest of your question, no, I do not have a group, but I do have a Champs Crypto Telegram channel. Free one, nothing to sell you, but I mainly just I post the links whenever I go live. I post the link, and also if I have nothing, I have something new, I'll immediately make a little quick post on the channel. So if you want to actually join in, be my guest. Nothing to sell you here. Thank you, Ahmed, for insight. Nice to spend a little bit of my mornings here learning. Thank you, BRT. Thank you actually for spending even a couple of minutes or hours here. That's totally actually like nice to hear. Are you shorting alts? Shorting alts, not yet, or not precisely. Yes, even like I'll tell you this, like if you want to short alts based on my short setups, then that's quite smart, because usually what happens is like I can have a short setup and then my viewers would take the setup but on a different altcoin, and what happens is like they get a much larger return, because obviously shorten altcoins will get or would yield you guys much higher returns. So if you want to do that, be my guest. Me personally, I'd much stick with the best thing that I've been able to make money out of, which is Bitcoin. So up to you, but me personally not. So thank you guys By the way, I think we've surpassed 1 hour and 35 minutes. If you want to actually support me, guys, I'd never ask to like or sub or do whatever, but I always got, if you want to maybe just open up the notification bell, notification bell turned on, because obviously if you turn it on, then you'll have a better idea of when I'm starting live, because obviously it's going to be every single day, Monday to Friday. So Saturday and Sunday, there isn't going to be a live stream, unfortunately, but at least for the whole week is going to be covered with daily live streams, guys, by the way. And also in the description, I always got the best offer for weeks. It's totally up to you if you want to support the channel or not. You always got the link in the description. And secondly, we got the free Telegram channel in there. I have nothing to sell you. It's totally up to you if you want to join in. Thanks you, brother. So thank you for showing up, and actually thank you for your nice comments, and hopefully you've enjoyed today's live stream, and actually hopefully it was good and quite insightful for the most. I totally enjoyed, and it actually made my day, because I wasn't totally the happiest before starting the live stream. So I think that I'm quite enjoying that. So thank you, brother. Thank you, Vikrant, and everybody else here in the chat. Enjoy your week. Sorry, not the weekends. Enjoy your week. Enjoy your evening, and make sure that you trade every single setup that is given by the channel.